So there's something right here that looks like a body. Legs sticking out. How's it going?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Great, great.
Yeah.
I have what I think is a body out there, so I was like, man, are you guys here looking? I saw the sheriff, bro. Ho, ho, ho! Natasha, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your story and being here to help spread awareness for Jonathan and being a voice for him. That's our whole purpose, is being here and helping you find Jonathan. A. B. Helping you find discover where he's not. And C. Letting this production be a voice for him and your family. If you don't mind, walk me through who you are, leading up to Jonathan, who he was as a child, and then we'll kind of just go from there. So this is who you are. Give us a picture of Jonathan, how he was growing up, and so forth.
So we actually lived in California for a while when he was growing up, and he has a twin brother, Christian, and they were very lively as kids. They liked to play chess, and they liked to play with their little dinosaurs. When they were 4 years old, they were saying already they wanted to be paleontologists.
Wow.
And yeah, so they were very smart. He was a very smart kid. He had a desire to go into the military, and so he did boot camp down in San Diego, and then came up here to be in the reserves in Seattle area, and moved over here with us to go to school at U of I. At the end of his first semester, he decided that he wanted to drop out. I think he was feeling lost, but it was a little more than just that. We could tell he was depressed. He really was depressed. And he decided he was just gonna take off and was gonna do walks and try and figure out his life, understandably. A few days before he had his appointment, that's when he disappeared.
So several days before his appointment for therapy is when, and that was his first appointment?
That was his first appointment, yeah. It was like I think it was 3 days before. The day before he left, or he disappeared, I had gone over to wake him up in the morning and got him to take our dogs and his dog on a walk. And he seemed just very normal. He seemed much more upbeat, like back to his normal self. And I thought, wow, maybe he's doing better. And then the next day is when we just realized he was gone.
At the time, you guys discovered he was missing. Was it ransacked? Or was anything that looked like he took a bunch of clothes? Or
it looked like he left pretty much everything. It wasn't ransacked.
So it wasn't. He didn't prepare to leave for a long trip.
Okay. No, he didn't.
As far as when he disappeared from home, what time of day was it?
I think it was the middle of the afternoon, like around 3 or so. Sorry, my dad's neighbor had a camera that could see him going down the road. Yeah. And
this is Chief Timothy Park, where we're sitting right now. What is the significance of this park in relevance to the case? Would you consider this the closest park and boat ramp to where he went missing from, or he was last known, his last known location was?
It would be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We used to come here some with my parents too and go boating, and so we've been to this park a lot. And
looking at everything and talking to you before, this was like where I wanted to start. And you mentioned that you thought that this may not have ever even been checked. My focus with everything today is going to be based on the theory of, more of the emotional and mental health side of things leading to his disappearance. So it's going to dictate a lot of the locations we choose. And is there any locations that you've been worried about?
I don't have any basis for it, but the Highway 12 going out towards Orofino, there's a lot of hairy turns there, and a big river,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more shallow. So I know that if there was a car, you probably would see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a drone, so we are able to rule out a lot of waterways with a drone, just because we can see the bottoms in an area. When we get high sun later, we typically start with a 5-mile radius from the home. And usually you said we're just a mile and a half-ish away from where he stayed. This is the closest boat ramp right here.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going to start, and then we'll branch out from there with our day. You doing what you're doing right now has the ability to help you and Jonathan, but also help another family as well. So there's a lot of power in it.
That's awesome.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
Jonathan vanished from Clarkston, Washington, February 21st of 2010, 10 and a half years ago. White male, 20 years of age, 5'9", 153 pounds. He was driving a black 1995 Honda Passport with Washington license plate number 916 UDF. He left behind his cellular phone, and he hasn't used any of his bank accounts since his disappearance. He has never been seen or heard from ever again. Jonathan was also a U.S. Marine Corps reservist. He enjoys driving and hiking in rural areas of Atchison, Garfield, and Wallowa counties. His case remains unsolved. The jurisdictions presiding over his case is Atchison County Sheriff's Office. You can call Atchison County Sheriff's Office with any information pertaining to this case at 509-243-4717.
There's a boat launch ramp in town by the bridge that goes to Lewiston, and then there's one south of that that doesn't even come up on Google Maps with a listing, but I just was looking at overhead view of the area.
Yeah, we'll make our way down there. So we are here because there's direct access to here. You're coming down the road, you can go straight into here, and also there's an open ramp right there. And these gates stay open to this stockpile pit. So I'm guessing it's very deep in here. I would think this is an old rock quarry. Those other two are very shallow, and it's really no real access to get into there. So this is a scenario that would make sense why he hasn't been found. If there's a vehicle in here, it would make sense why a vehicle hasn't been found. Fishermen aren't in here with sonar checking. I guarantee you the state and none of the local sheriffs have checked it either. Yeah, it's not deep enough because of the little culvert right there, or the little tunnel. Anytime I've ever seen one of those, it's never been deep. Yeah, and even the mom, Natasha, said that she wasn't sure how deep these were. 2.4, 2.3. Super shallow, no go. On to the next. That pond is only 3 feet deep, mainly 1.5 feet, the majority of it. So it's impossible to conceal a vehicle in there. Ho, ho, ho! Go, you're too close. $18. Nothing's gonna be out here. The way that that's shaped, it's never gonna, it making it out of there is really. Nothing, man, nothing. This one's clear. It just doesn't make any sense for him to be in town either. He's infatuated with the outdoors and like far away places, rural, where nobody's gonna find him.
It could be anywhere. It real quickly went down to maybe 40 feet or so, but we scanned the area, both sides of it, and pretty clean. Didn't see, there was obviously no cars there, just a couple logs and barren land down there. So we packed it back up, and now we're heading down. There's another 1 or 2 boat ramps right up the way here that we saw. There's potential that a car could fit easily either off the boat ramp or off the side of the edge of the cliff next to the campground. So we're gonna go scan that area next and see what we find.
Really funny on down imaging.
This one over here?
No, the down imaging.
On the. I mean, it is that weird little.
I saw it when we went over. It looks like a tree, but on the down imaging, it just looks real funny. We're gonna go down to the corner here where there's that sharp turn right there.
Yeah.
While we're here, check it. Nothing.
Huh. That's about it, because now there's no way it would make it past the railroad tracks.
Oh no, not at all. So being as though we scanned about 15, 20 feet off, move out a little bit more on the
Sure.
way back. It's just
Yeah. Since we got to go that way anyway. Well, we went out here in the boat ramp area. It drops off pretty quickly, scanned it, nothing. We went to the right, we went downstream for maybe a quarter to a half mile, basically to the end of this row where you could actually get a car past the railroad tracks, close to the bank, find a path into the water, scanned all that, nothing, super clean. Went down there half mile, maybe, turned around, came upstream this way, maybe another half mile, that was maybe even 3/4 of a mile, all the way up to where the railroad tracks cross the road right up there, and there's a campsite. And there's a few spots where a vehicle could potentially make it off the road and into the water. Scanned all that, again, super clean. Most of the depth was probably about 15 to 20 feet of water, about 20 yards off the shore. So it's safe to say this whole area right in here is clear. No vehicles in the water.
So what that means is we've ruled these areas out that Natasha, Jonathan's mother, were of concern to her. So now we're going to take our search back to town. We're going to put 2 boats in, and we're going to clear the entire town, Clearwater, Snake River, all the way up and back through the port and down through the middle of the town. So we'll be on the water for 3 or 4 hours doing all that. That's our last logical step in this. Outside of that, we're talking about a young man who was infatuated with the outdoors, being rural. He stated to his grandfather that if he disappeared, no one would ever find him. So he had some thought put into this, but we got to go back to our basics. Stay local, stay close to where we think his last known whereabouts were at home. It was at 2:30 in the afternoon. We know he left home then. Was that his last location? Obviously not. So we don't know where he went when he left home, but all we can do is put forth the best foot that we can in front of the next and utilize the tactics that we know work for us. That's what we're gonna do right now. Right now we're getting ready to put in right in the heart of Clarkston, where the Clearwater River pours into the Snake River, and the Snake River separates Clarkston and Lewiston, which is separates Washington and Idaho right here in this town. So we're gonna put in 2 boats. Because Nick is training, I'm gonna put Nick in front of me, have him scan, and I'm gonna scan behind him to make sure he knows what he's seeing, and I'll be able to catch and demonstrate different objects that he doesn't catch. Hopefully he'll catch them all. This park area is a really high target area, being as though we have 2 boat ramps, as well as areas over here you can just drive right into the river. All along the park area you can drive right into the river, as well as right down this path here under the bridge, and there's just a high target area. We're about to clear the entire Snake River and Clear River all the way down to the port on Washington and the Idaho side here in town. This is just a high target area based upon this is just the closest boat ramps that we have left. So we're gonna put our best foot in front of the other and keep it moving. It's a methodical process of elimination.
Hey Doug, you got a copy?
I sure do. Down that way.
To the right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you lead the way, stay about 25, 30 feet offshore.
Okay.
And
about 2 to 2.5, is that?
yeah, about 2.5, 3.
Okay.
Right in there. And I'll follow you.
Okay. Basically in downtown Clarkston, Washington. We're scanning some areas down by boat ramp in a park here that Bill, Jonathan's grandfather, told us it was pretty deep. This would be an easy place for a vehicle to go underwater pretty quickly offshore. So I'm gonna scan about 20 to 30 feet offshore right here and see what we can find. And I got Doug behind me as backup since I'm fairly new to the sonar. In case I miss something, this is kind of one of my training runs. As we were putting the boats in or backing down the boat ramp over here, you could see there was a few spots it'd be easy for a vehicle to come across the grass right off the side of the bank up here. You'll see in a minute. It'd be easy for a vehicle to end up in the river here. So far it's pretty barren, 14 feet of water. I don't know if there's any roads close to here, how far we need to go down this way until we turn and go back the other way. We're not gonna find anything over here because I don't think, I'll pull my phone out. I just don't think there's any roads close to this. So you'd have to get in off a boat ramp or somewhere way down there, and somehow it'd have to drift. Well, there's no way a car would drift that far if it's submerged underwater. It would fill up with water, then you'd only have the tires for, you know, buoyancy, but it's not gonna take you this far. And you can see, if you look, there's houses right there in a big embankment. I don't think you're gonna make it past those houses. They could be fenced off in the front, who knows? Pretty shallow.
So right as we come in here, there's a weird object standing up. Like right there. There. It looks like a body. Yeah, you see that? No, with the legs standing up. So there's something right here that looks like a body.
Oh, whoa.
Legs sticking up.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. That sure does look like, that is crazy.
So I got a magnet here. So we'll be able to see if it's soft or not. You know? If it's hard, not that a magnet's gonna stick to a body other than a belt buckle, but we'll be able to feel it. Yeah, so we want to work this way on this shore.
You want us to stay on this side now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something heavy. Something pulled it. I think it's just the end of the ramp. The only thing is, I've never seen a body upside down. I've never seen that underwater. Bodies don't float legs up, from my understanding. Now, I'm not an expert on bodies floating and whatnot, but every scan I've ever seen of a body is either flat, and then when it starts to float, it's torso first. That's where the gases are in a body. I mean, this could be a fresh body where it is weighted down by something unusually heavy. It's just not characteristic of anything I've ever seen. But it does make me wonder why the sheriff is here putting his boat in. Is there somebody that's missing? How's it going?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Great, great. Y'all out looking for someone, or are you just patrolling?
No, I'm fixing the boat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Came up and what are you guys doing?
We're working a cold case. Jonathan Schrattenholzer missing here. Yeah.
Checking all around out here.
Yeah. I have what I think is a body out there, so I was like, man, are you guys here looking? I saw the sheriff boat. That's all.
Right, you're like, we got it right there.
Yeah, right. You have a good day, man, and good luck with the boat.
Okay, you got it.
He's not the sheriff. It's a marina owner working on a boat. The object's just too hard. Whatever it is, it's too hard. The first object that was soft wasn't it. Just because my live scope is off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop what you're doing right now. If you're watching this and you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? We're out here trying to do really good, amazing things for families of missing loved ones, as well as law enforcement, and helping them close cold cases all across this nation. And it wouldn't be possible without you who view what we do, as well as all the different levels of support that we receive from you. You guys put us directly in this position to be able to help so many people. So please, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and hit the bell notification so that you can get notifications as soon as we release a video. And if you're able to do so, please become a member. It helps directly fund what we do here at Adventures with Purpose. Again, thank you for just watching this, and hit the subscribe button. I was like, man, I just got a real cool breeze. And I'm like, how did that happen? And I looked, I stuck my foot back in, I was like, holy moly.
So that other river must be coming from inland, and this is more mountain runoff. Is the only thing I can think of.
But you can see the bottom here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like there's a vehicle that can make it this close to the...
No, I mean, this path and park right here, but you can't hide it. Especially when the water is up right now. You can't take anything from 3 feet and conceal the vehicle.
Right.
So we got to turn back around, man. It's not really, man, with our schedule and timing, there's not really much we can do.
No, I mean, we cleared as much as we could.
Oh, we cleared all of downtown, the entire area. So outside of that, we're just throwing darts over the whole state. Good evening, Natasha.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay. I just wanted to update you on where we're at right now with everything. You have a second?
Yes.
All right. So the map that I sent you and the region that I had marked out as a T. So we've been able to clear that entire region on both sides of each river, you know, from Hell's Canyon Resort all the way down past the port and all the way down to the Greenbelt Walkway. At the moment, I just don't have anything here in the immediate area that fits with, you know, our standard search tactics that we usually employ for you know, these types of cases. We checked those boat ramps up there, as well as the little turnout, little camping areas that had openings. And we have not found one single vehicle all day, which is really rare. So it's really, if anything, I would say that just reinforces possibly everything else that has been done on this.
Okay.
You know, as far as, you know, where do we go from here? Get it edited and released to the public and see what information and tips come in from it. And if somebody back February 21st of 2012 realized finally after seeing this that they knew something that happened in that time frame, maybe they're going to come forward. And that's my hope with this, where we're at right now.
Okay. I understand.
We've basically exhausted the tactics that we normally bring into a search grid of this area. You know, your entire Clarkston, Lewiston shoreline in the region, you know, we've cleared.
There is a Mann's Lake out of the Lewiston Orchards area.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a very sketchy area. And I don't even think I remember that even being brought up as even a search area originally. I don't remember it being searched or anything.
All right. You know what? We're not. That's where we're going right now. We're not done. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna check that out.
You sure?
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
So there's a lake 15 minutes to the southeast of here, Mann's Lake. And Mann's Lake is an area of concern for her and her husband.
Okay.
And if the sighting of him leaving town is credible, it could be in that direction that he was traveling. So it's a lake, it's not here in town, it's off the beaten path. It's more rural than here in the middle of everywhere, which kind of doesn't fit his MO.
Right.
So I
So
think
that probably makes more sense even.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, let's load up the boats and
There's 2 main boat ramps there at the same spot at that lake, so it won't take us long. We just got to get there, knock it out, and hopefully we'll find them.
sounds good.
Rocks, 6 feet, 5 feet, 3 feet. Nothing. Really shallow.
Would it be worth checking over there?
Way too shallow over there. You can tell by the growth. And the road doesn't come up to there. You got like 200 feet over there. Really long day today. We covered a lot of ground in today's search, Nick.
Yes, we did, Doug. We started first thing this morning. It's been a long day. The sun's almost down now, and we covered a lot of ground, a lot of water.
Even though our efforts today weren't successful in locating Jonathan, Natasha now knows where Jonathan is not. You know, we covered both shorelines of the Washington and Idaho border in Lewiston and Clarkston, 20 miles upriver into the Waaway area up there, as well as down south and here onto the reservation of Mann's Lake.
That's right.
Jonathan is still out there. He's still missing. This is going to remain a mystery for now. But one of his last statements that he made to his grandfather was that if he ever disappeared, no one would ever be able to locate him. And us knowing that he's an outdoorsman, does that mean he is 4, 5, 6 hours in an extreme rural location?
Maybe not in water. Could he be out somewhere where we're looking to the hunters, the fishermen, the outdoorsmen that go hiking? Please, if you see anything or know anything, please step forward. Jonathan's parents would love some answers, and it would be nice if you could come forward and help this family out.
Okay, we're gonna rely on you guys. You guys are the biggest tool moving forward. Outdoorsmen here in Idaho and Washington. Keep your eyes open for that passport and Jonathan.